Last time on Hero Squad, Under the Dragon Shadow.
We'll head that way for a little while, and then we'll reach the edge of the woods, and then we'll head on the trail that'll take us to the Whispering Rock. We are now about to reach the Whispering Rock. As you listen, you can sort of hear like little whispers.
I have my suspicions that this is not the Whispering Rock.
You go around to the back of the rock, and there is a third goblin.
This isn't the Whispering Rock.
No.
The Whispering Rock's way deeper into this forest.
Way deeper. I don't get how people don't know that.
So have you ever been to the actual Whispering Rock?
I mean, I know where it is.
Can you take us?
All right, I'll take you guys as far as I can.
On the continent of Khorvaire, a chance encounter brought 4 intrepid travelers together on the road to adventure. Though they began as strangers, they soon became known as the Hero Squad.
So, we find ourselves maybe like day and a half later.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have started your adventure into the woods, following Too Short, the band.
Have they regaled us with some hot beats?
They definitely have, as they've been going along.
Is it good? I need a performance roll.
Good is subjective when it comes to music.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty
I mean,
good.
she is a musician.
Yeah,
She has
like,
to be, right?
It's definitely unique, but you can see what they're going for. You were a little bit skeptical of the deal that y'all had made, and then now you're kind of like, okay, this will be fine. We'll make it work.
Okay.
So, you, traveling through the woods, you kind of crest this hill, and you look down upon what you guys will probably remember as the camp that you had been outside of the last time.
The Marauders camp?
The one that
Marauders
burnt
camp.
down.
Yes.
The one where you invented the game?
And so it's pretty messed up looking. It looks pretty abandoned, but you do still see like a person or two kind of like walking around in there. And Butnick kind of looks at you like,
Okay, this is as far as I can take you. So what you're gonna need to do is, so you can see that it ends in a cliff just right there past the camp. Well, in one of those buildings, there's actually like a stairwell that you can go down that'll take you down into the chasm. And you'll follow that out towards the coast. And there you'll find the Whispering Rock in a clearing. And so you'll notice as you approach, it'll be pretty obvious, from what I understand, I looked down at it once, that nothing seems to grow right around the rock. It's just kind of there. But what I will say is be careful, because there's a lot of other people who are kind of interested in the rock, it seems. And they've been kind of known to be around in the woods here. Anyway, good luck. I hope that things go well for you. We're gonna go back now, though. Y'all cool?
I think we're cool. Can I pet Pickle one more time?
Sure, of course!
Good tickle.
Question. What color is Pickles today?
well, the green started to wear off as you guys were moving through, but you guys found some berries along the way, and so
Did Pickles find some berries?
Pickles kind of, after he noticed the berries, he kind of like ran into the bush and kind of like, you like kind of started like thrashing around, and so came out with sort of like purple spots all over.
Cute!
So that's kind of like what he's looking like.
Love it.
Faded green, purple spots.
Yep.
All right, well then we're gonna head back. Like I said, just be careful, and once you see it, I'd say just turn around and come back. Like, it's real scary.
All right.
Okay, bye guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Splorb.
I'm Butnick. He's Splorb.
Thanks, Butnick.
That's
Splorb
not
has
the
the
last time
principles.
you'll make that mistake.
No.
Splorb's got the outfit. Come on.
It took him 5 months to learn my name.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
It's true, Christina.
All right, see y'all later. See you at the show. See you at the show. Looking forward to it.
If we're still alive!
Okay.
We'll be alive.
If you guys don't make it out alive, does that make us the headliners? That makes us the headliners! Good luck, but if you don't come back, it's fine.
Talk to someone named Gwen about it.
Okay. Gwen. What a weird human name. I know, right?
Like as they're
Come
walking
back and
away,
they're in a romance.
as they're walking away, you can hear them kind of like whispering things like,
That's such a weird thing. Yeah, I don't really like their music, but it's okay. It's fine. It's our big break. Just deal with it.
I hate them.
So they sort of disappear around the corner. And yeah, now you are looking at sort of like the husk of what was the Marauders camp.
Wasn't there some posters in there?
There were elf boy
boys-
posters in there, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to go in there?
I think we might need to. We should explore the Marauder ruins
Is
for
there-
helpful information, and maybe there might be treasures, Rhaegar.
Is
Yeah,
there
let's
still
check
a
it out.
pile of corpses?
It's now like a gross pile.
Yeah, pile of corpses usually don't move
mostly-
from the place
yeah.
that they're piled.
It's mostly a pile of bones now.
Hope not.
Can I do a perception roll to see if there's
Sometimes they
anybody
do
else?
move.
Can I do a perception roll to see if there's anybody else still around?
I mean, like I said, there are people around.
Are they
Okay.
Marauders?
I guess that's what we'll
I
find
guess,
out.
yeah.
Like, how many are there then?
Roll and find out.
Oh God.
I'm gonna do a perception
Between
check.
2 and 10.
I got an 18.
Yeah, you saw like 2 people, maybe. And they didn't necessarily look like marauders. Maybe just like looters.
But they didn't look. Did they look friendly?
No, I mean, they look like ne'er-do-wells.
Looters usually aren't friendly. Except for me.
Rhaegar, you should go talk to them. They're more your type.
You're
Go make.
You're
go
right.
make
I'm still
friends.
offended, but you're right.
Tell it how it is.
Should we go together? Maybe safety in numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to
2
go
versus
alone.
4.
Yeah.
We'll be right behind you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go up and I'll
I keep a safe distance just to make
I'm
sure
right behind
that. Yeah.
go talk to these ne'er-do-wells.
Okay.
Hello.
Ah! The guy like drops something that he's holding.
What'd you drop there, buddy?
Don't worry about it. What are you doing here?
Why are you so jumpy?
It's an abandoned place. I assume you're here for the same reason I am. Take what's not nailed down, right, buddy?
Last I heard, I think he just liked kicking squirrels.
We're just revisiting this place. We actually,
You're a squirrel kicker?
yeah.
Oh, I love squirrel kicking. That's
Yeah?
great. Yeah.
I'll let you
game.
on a secret.
There's not many squirrels left. We kicked them all.
They're not very resilient.
We learned that one. Trust me.
Yeah.
We had a tournament. Didn't have enough squirrels for the championship.
Yeah.
Ruined everything. That's why this place is mostly abandoned. They fought over it and everything. It was bloody. Anyway.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Stuff the squirrel. Then you can kick it as much as you want.
But then where's the fun in that?
It cheapens the sport.
Gotta go back to the roots of this sport. It's
Yeah.
an ancient sport, I've heard.
That's not true, and y'all are messed up.
So I'm assuming you're not here to stop me from what I'm doing. So I'm gonna continue with this, okay?
Wait. You from around the area?
Sure.
Continues to.
You want to zone of truth this guy?
You wanna end up with a knife in your face?
I pull out my knives. You want to end up with 2?
I don't think I need to.
I'd prefer for us to not have to fight, but I feel like you were regressing towards me in a way that I cannot help but meet with just equal force.
Listen, we don't need to fight. I pull out a bag of gold. What if I give you money for information?
See? Now here's someone who has some communication skills.
Here's 5
Thank
gold.
you. Wonderful.
Rhaegar, ask your question.
Oh no, that was just my fee.
For information.
You obviously don't know how to deal
For
with
those listening, he
ne'er-do-wells.
holds out his hand again.
First, tell me about the elf boy posters. Did you take those? Are they still there?
That's the information you're paying for?
I may or may not have acquired a few pristine posters that were left on the walls.
Did they include elf boys? I've got.
Takes the coin, reaches into his pack, and pulls out a poster rolled up. It's kind of crinkly, you know.
Fine. Put it in my fanny pack.
Didn't even look at it, huh?
It'll be a surprise when I go back.
A pleasure doing business
Of
with
course. Oh, here's a couple more gold pieces for whatever Rhaegar wants.
So,
you. What's up, buddy?
are you from around these parts?
I'm from kind of up north. Usually we kind of chill around, the Centaur camp.
How long's this place been abandoned?
Oh gosh, like I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month.
You seen any activity in the meantime? Anybody looting the place? Maybe any kind of scheming, perhaps? Any scary looking figures? Maybe a guy with like claw marks on his face?
Oh, you mean Claw?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen him around. I think that I've seen some people, not so much up here in the camp area, but I have heard that they've moved kind of over more towards the rock. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me.
You're from up north.
Yes.
That's close to the rock, right?
Nah, the rock now, I mean...
From where we are.
The rock is
real
north
rock.
from probably Askelios, where you guys are coming from. I'm assuming, as someone here. But no, now it is more to the west.
Okay.
The rock moves.
The rock is to the west.
No, the rock didn't move. We did.
You guys moved.
So, you familiar with a staircase within these parts?
I mean, I think that in that building over there, there's like a basement or something.
You been down there?
Of course.
We wanted to go check it out for ourselves, and I just want to make sure that there's nothing down there that's gonna give us a surprise.
Nothing that I saw. I mean, we didn't go. There is a further like this spiraling staircase that heads deeper down and everything like that. But I didn't feel like carrying anything up from down there, so we didn't go down there. But
Oh, you didn't go down?
yeah. But in the basement, we went and we looted that. It seems fine.
Any additional musical instruments you found?
What?
I found a flute last time I was here. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Show me, buddy.
Oh boy. You're in for a treat.
All right.
Well,
I'm kidding. I don't want to hear you play any music. I was being facetious.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
This music is like no music you ever seen.
You don't see music. You hear music.
Oh, you see this music.
What?
It makes rats come.
To where you are.
Come again?
Hey, you looking for maybe a new sport? Something to replace your squirrel kicking? Because I can supply you with the rats.
Go on.
Well, I can supply you with the rats. That's all. That's basically where that conversation ends.
You're a rat guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And?
Do you want the rats?
Sure.
All right. How many more Elf Boy posters you got?
I see how this is. Okay. You drive a hard bargain.
It's not our first rodeo.
Pulls out another kind of crumply poster.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna hold on to this one. We'll compare
true. Yeah.
posters later.
True.
All right. Let me do a little.
What's that sound?
What do we hear?
What starts as a whisper becomes a roar as thousands of tiny little feet.
And
I start lacing up my boots really tightly.
I looked at the three of you, and the four, Marakai too. I say, now's the time that we just go.
So, yeah, a huge herd of rats just come barreling out of the woods and out of it's thousands. You're in the middle of the woods and you used your rat flute. Every rat. All the rats are there.
We gotta go. Come on, everybody.
This guy's like, ah!
We start running to
so many rats to kick.
to the barracks where the staircase is. Get inside and just barricade the doors.
Before we leave, I grab anything that I could see in hand's reach of this thief that we were talking to.
Oh, you want a thief from the thief?
Just anything.
Roll like a
There might be another elf
dexterity
boy
or something
poster.
like that.
I mean,
Oh no, I didn't do a good job. 8.
Yeah.
I tried.
You swipe at that elf boy poster, but as you do, he got startled by a rat and turned the other way, and you've just missed it.
Okay.
Drat.
Drat rats.
Drat rats.
Drat rats.
So, you're now inside the old barracks, which you would have remembered. It wasn't so much of a barracks; it was like an admin kind of building, right? It was where the desk was that Pentar was at. You guys remember seeing Claw kind of standing inside there. It's where you snuck in and got the flute and all that kind of stuff. And so there is a stairway that heads up, and there is a stairway that heads down.
Well, I want to be thorough and go upstairs just to make sure that there's nothing in here.
Even with the pitter patter of thousands of rats outside.
I'm not gonna come inside.
I don't know. You ever seen a Rat King? You ever
I
seen a Rat
haven't.
King merge with another Rat King?
No, I've never seen that.
rat.
You ever see
Emperor.
rats swirl together like a tornado and throw themselves at a door?
Yes. I have.
The longer we stay here, we're gonna see it all.
Laura, let's go then. You sure you don't want to loot in here?
I mean, I'm fine.
He's already looted what's good in here.
Yeah, and that guy, he's already gotten all the Elf Boy posters, of which we got 2.
What he looted caused this
Wait.
mess in the first place.
I'm gonna look at my Elf Boy poster real quick.
You just told me we had no
this out
time
now.
to go upstairs.
There's always time for this. And I unravel it.
It's a sexy hobgoblin.
Ooh, he knew my kink. All right.
I cast mending on it so it's not crumply anymore.
Aw.
Hey, thanks for the solid.
Of course.
What's yours?
I opened mine.
It's a sexy centaur.
Ooh. You get 2 for 1 in that one.
2 kinks, 1 poster.
Come on. All right. So, what are y'all doing?
I guess we're going
We're
downstairs.
going down the
Heading down the stairs
stairs.
for sure.
All right. So you head down into the basement. What you can tell is that where they built this building was right over a sort of like an interior cavern in the side of this, because you guys are kind of on a cliff. So there must have been a hole that they had found that they built this over, that they were able to get the stairwell kind of built down into. And so down in the basement, it's very kind of half-built, like you got some struts and supports and things that are clearly holding some stuff up, but also there's like cavernous walls and whatnot. So it's sort of a hybrid cave building. You can see clearly areas where stuff had been shifted around and whatnot. It's pretty barren. There's not much left in there. You know, just some cobwebs and things like that. And then you can see a sort of like rickety door that was just kind of like nailed onto the wall, like really, hammered into the stone that kind of like flaps back and forth. And when you look into that, you can see a stairwell that clearly heads outside and kind of along the face of the cliff.
Okay.
That would be right next to you guys.
All right. We go through the flappy door.
So if y'all are heading down, essentially, it sort of weaves back and forth on the side of the cliff pretty deep. Like you're going down into a canyon, essentially, down into the base. At the bottom, when you reach it, you do see that there is sort of a dried up creek bed that was below there. Perhaps it was very powerful at one point, but does not seem to be. And you can sort of look in 2 directions. In one direction, the cliff kind of forces itself together and it becomes more mountainous, and then you look off in the other direction, and it sort of looks like a sandy, muddy, mucky bed that kind of leads off into a lower area of the forest. The trees are kind of scattered about a little bit more. They don't seem as healthy or as there doesn't seem to be as much life in the area as there was up above. You also see a giant pile of corpses that are not human corpses, but of course squirrel corpses, all over to the side of you. Also,
Yes.
you start to hear a faint voice
Oh,
whispering.
whispers.
Just whispers. Just
Not
little things here and there.
indistinct?
Nothing specific, but just every now and then just like a...
Yeah.
You can't tell if it's trying to say anything to you or if it's just sort of sounds. Maybe it's the wind. You don't know. But you do start to hear
And
something.
it's just Atlas.
Just Atlas starts to notice.
Splorb, is that you again?
Scorb's gone.
Lord,
I thought that
They
was
took off.
Butnick who was doing the whispering.
You guys want to hear the whispers?
No.
no.
Not yet.
Wait.
I imagine as we get closer to the rock, we'd hear him, but I'm not sure how close we are.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
All right.
Maybe it's because you're a human.
Yeah, your ears aren't that good, apparently.
Well, he's
No,
a
our ears
special
are
human.
great.
He's got wings.
I mean, winged.
Yeah, I'm beginning to
Burp.
think he's not really a human.
Do you have better ears than us?
good perception.
I do have very good perception.
Maybe you're just... What did you eat today?
Ham and pickles. No, I gave
Okay.
my pickles away. Just ham.
All right, I mean, that's
What
pretty
if-
typical.
You didn't make a
What
ham
do
out
they
of pickles, did you?
No.
What do they say?
I can't really make them out yet.
Maybe you should concentrate on that and see if you can.
So as you are, I'm assuming, continuing to walk along here, you do start to notice some footsteps in the muck that kind of are heading in the same direction that y'all are heading. A couple hoof prints and things like that. It does seem like some people have traveled this way. And again, as you move further and further in this direction, you're traveling for, some time. What you clearly keep noticing is that the vegetation gets a lot more sparse the further in you go. Things get a lot kind of grosser, essentially. and the whispering starts to get louder.
Okay.
So you're starting to hear a little bit more clearly. Suddenly, all of y'all are starting to hear the faint whispers in your head. For y'all, it's still not totally clear. But you're just hearing sort of things like, they're not really your friends. They don't know who you are. They're going to get you. They're going to stop you. You'll need to kill them first. Kill them. Kill them.
You guys aren't hearing this at all?
I mean, I hear some whispering. I can't really
Give in to
Is he hearing any whispering?
make
He's
out
hearing
what
just
it's
vague whispers
saying.
and whatnot. But it's just a lot of that kind of stuff,
Why? Can
what are
you
you hearing?
understand them?
Sort of.
What are they saying?
They lie to you.
Rude stuff. Man.
Like, tell us.
What, like your
Be
clothes are
honest.
ugly, your butt's big, that kind of stuff?
No.
Afraid you're going to find out.
Telling me not to trust you guys.
Well, I mean, it would drive you mad, right?
We don't know that it actually drives people mad because we haven't heard any first-hand tales yet.
Only I speak the truth.
I cast
Full of lies.
I cast deafness on Atlas.
Excuse me?
Well, then I can't hear it.
So you just cast deafness on Atlas.
Yeah.
Do I make a saving throw?
Can you?
You can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature that you can see within range and make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened. Your choice for the
Alright.
duration.
Oh, yeah, she cast this in the fish cave.
Okay.
So I have to do Constitution?
Do a Constitution save.
So you have to beat a 14.
I only get a 10.
You're deaf.
All right.
Okay.
So Ash is deafened. Yeah, you can't hear. You can't hear them, but you still hear the whispers.
No!
So that's all you hear.
Brittany,
She
Yeah.
attacks.
he says
She wants to.
the whispers are saying not to trust us, and then you deafened him. So
So we
I don't
wanna
think
hear
you're
it.
really helping us out here. I think that if anything, you're just
Can
confirming.
definitely
what
still hear the whispers, though.
Watch
Oh,
them
God.
fight over you.
I was helping. I was trying to do Atlas a solid, so he
wish
wouldn't
to
hear
drive
it.
you.
Maybe next time ask Atlas if he
Brittany,
would
maybe
appreciate
undo
that.
this?
I undo it.
You okay?
Did that work?
No! Not at all.
I thought it would work. I'm sorry.
Maybe ask before doing those things.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I would never do anything like that to you. You're my friend, okay? We're buddies, we're pals, all right?
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
This rock seems crazy.
it does. What else is it telling you?
Telling me not to trust you guys and that
You can tell us.
I shouldn't believe any of you guys and that
Only I tell the truth.
only it tells the truth.
Well,
They're hearing like mumbles.
They're hearing kind of what you were hearing
Yeah.
before. You're more sensitive to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm fine to continue on if you guys want to.
So you continue moving on.
Yeah.
And as you go deeper and deeper into this area, it starts to become a lot more open. And now there's essentially no vegetation to be seen. You can vaguely in the distance see some activity. A handful of figures kind of moving off in the distance. And you see what you think might be the Whispering Rock.
Okay.
It's massive. I mean, it's much larger than the little rock that you saw before. Think maybe like 30, 40 feet tall, very jagged, kind of angular. And all around it, there are kind of like ripples in the sand. The rocks are kind of spread out, almost like a geometric fashion as you get closer and closer to it. It's very eerie.
Yeah.
Everybody make a Constitution save.
I've been rolling so bad tonight.
That's not good.
It's a 16 for me.
12.
Oh, 3.
That's a 4.
I've
No,
been
no,
rolling
that's a 6.
So bad.
Okay, so the whispers for the two of y'all aren't really like too excessive. For you two, though, they're like rapid fire, constantly. All of your biggest worries, all of the fears, all of the things that you wish that other people wouldn't know, just racing through your head, whispering to you, telling you that everyone's going to find out, you're going to be, hunted down, all of these things. It's maddening. It's hard to even
As
listen.
elves, we're we have a harder time being charmed and stuff like that. Does that help at all to ward it off?
It might be the reason why you're not totally mad.
Fair. I pull out my flask and I start drinking.
Okay.
Is that
Also, Atlas,
Yeah.
you have that spell where you can detect magic. Will you put that on the rock, please, as soon as possible?
We're close enough to that?
I can tell you right now
How
that
close
that
is it?
magic is there. I mean, the rock's magic. You can cast it, but
You're not close enough yet. You got to be within 30 feet.
I mean, I guess I cast it on myself technically, and then it's whenever I'm within 30 feet. That's when I see
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So you're not close enough to it yet.
Yeah.
Will you let me know when I'm 120 feet within the rock?
Okay.
well? At this point, Christina is like just holding her head, and she's just like trying to focus as much as possible.
Are you guys all right? Do you need anything?
No,
No,
this
it's so loud and so irritating.
It is annoying, but I don't think it's there for me yet.
So you guys continue to get closer and closer. And, like I said, there's not much in the way of cover or anything like that. There are some larger rocks and whatnot that you could hide behind if you were to need to. But you definitely are seeing now, as you're getting closer to the rock, that there is a sort of small encampment set up around the rock with, I'd say, 10, 12 Marauder looking types. Looks a lot like the kind of people that were there before. That seem to be like around the rock and kind of, interested in it.
that group over there,
Yeah.
yeah, we're outnumbered like 3-1 by those guys, and I'm willing to bet they probably lost their minds. What's our course of action here, you guys?
We've come this far. I don't want to not get to the rock.
Oh, I agree. I mean,
Could
we got to get to that rock.
Could we try to scare them? Maybe something major illusion, something we can go. Like, I don't want to start talking louder, but like I feel like I can't hear myself over these whispers.
So yeah, you guys are probably like
Yeah.
300-400 feet away.
Did you say, is there any centaurs there?
There are no centaurs that you can see.
We could maybe scare them away with an illusion of a pack of centaurs racing towards their camp or something like that.
It's a little much.
Is that a little much?
It's a little
It's
much.
very specific.
I know that there's centaurs around.
Also,
sure, there's
you're
centaur
probably
camps.
still thinking about that poster.
How can you not? Did you see that centaur?
I mean, he's just on my mind.
I wish he was on something else, if you catch my drift.
Whoa.
Wow.
I mean, my day
to
planner.
visit him.
Yeah, my day planner, because we're going to go on a date.
All right, so we could come up with a different illusion, or we could do something besides an illusion if anyone else has any other.
I mean, quite frankly, I don't see a problem with the centaur illusion.
Yeah.
Can you not do a specific illusion?
That's
We can do specific illusions and just trying to figure out like something maybe that would scare them. Like, I don't know, a giant hornet. Or
I mean, that would scare me too.
yeah, or I don't know, something phantasmal.
All right.
They're probably going mad from this rock, so anything coming at them would probably scare them even further.
Sure. I mean,
you-
those things all sound scary, but I mean, like a herd of centaurs would scare the crap out of me.
Giant hornet would scare the crap out of me if you want to do hornet. I'm just not
Hornet?
going to look. I'm going to look the other way.
What about owlbear?
Owlbear?
Stuffed owlbear?
Stuffed owlbear, yeah.
What do you think, Brandy?
Sure, whatever sounds good. I just want to get closer to that rock.
What scares you?
Lack of wine.
You not taking a bath.
That's not true, because I've never taken a bath.
When he asked you that question, the whispers said every single thing that you're afraid of.
That's why I paused.
Wow, 20-foot cube. It can be huge.
How far away are we from the rock?
Like 300 feet?
Yep, like 300 feet.
I just walk towards it.
Really?
You just start walking straight
Yeah.
towards
Towards
it.
the Marauders camp.
Okay.
I'll just kill them all if I have
so
to. I just want this thing to
as-
shut up.
As you're about to like step out from behind the rock that you guys are hiding behind, something flies like right in front of your face super fast. And then it comes back and it sort of like hovers in front of you.
What is it?
It's a little wooden dragonfly.
Oh.
And then it zooms up over into another direction, and you can see way over behind some other rocks a handful of shifters with like spears in hand, bow and arrows and everything drawn, and they're like looking over at you like,
I go to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. So you guys carefully, slowly go over. I'm assuming being very cautious as you
Yeah.
move behind these rocks.
Yeah.
And you meet back up with Dawn and a handful of the other
Awesome.
shifters who you had seen so forever ago.
Oh, is Hersham with them?
He's not with them.
Oh.
How are you? It's been so long.
Can you make this rock be quiet?
Oh, here. Do we have any more? Yeah. So they each hand you these like little stone amulets, and you can see that they're all wearing them like right around their necks, right? Like hanging from.
I
the chains
immediately
of their
put it
back.
on.
Yeah.
And the whispers don't like go away, but they're muffled. So it's sort of
hear
like
it,
now it's just sort of like almost like wave noises kind of thing, like kind of stuff.
Like it's in the next room or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like whispers. It just sounds sort of like, it's almost like you're hearing them underwater, you know? And so it definitely has like dampened what you were feeling before.
I can't
saw
tell you
you-
how thankful I am you guys
Yes.
are here for
I
this rock.
owe you many drinks.
It's fortunate that you are here because we've been keeping an eye on these marauders since you left.
Why are they
What
here?
are they doing?
We're not sure. They seem to have been attracted to the rock, and now they've been studying it for a while.
How?
Well, much like we have these protective charms, I believe they must have some of their own. But it seems as if they found something within the rock.
They've been mining into it or something?
Yeah. They sort of... It seems like they found a door into the rock.
Interesting.
Do you guys have any legends or any stories about the rock? Is there anything that would indicate that you had knowledge that there is a door that lies within this rock?
No, all we know is that the rock is to be avoided at all costs, that there is a great danger to it. I mean, you can see what it has done to the forest around it.
Yeah.
It's not a place that I would ever wish to go.
What do you think the intentions of discovering this door are? Do you have a theory as to what purpose these marauders have?
I have one. Obviously, Claw was at the performance with the House Farland. House Farland has that guy that's looking for the dragon prophecy. There must be something within that prophecy that's down there.
Also, if they can harvest the rock, I wonder if the rock has certain abilities of the whispers so that they could use that to harm people.
Yes, it's clearly a powerful, powerful magical device.
But it is something that I'll admit I'm seeking as well.
You seek this kind of power?
Not the power, but I wish to know what's inside that rock.
This all kind of started because we met you guys, as a matter of fact. It was your
It was Frost.
Elder Frost who had told Atlas that he was, I don't know, gifted.
May she ride eternal. Yes. She saw something in you.
She did.
She gave you one of our artifacts, yes.
Something that, well, since we last met, a lot has changed in my life, as a matter of fact, Don. And we've discovered what that artifact is, and from learning more about it, it has led us here towards the Whispering Rock.
It was a dragon egg, by the way.
Spouting that out to everybody.
A
what I
dragon's egg.
Yeah.
Why would we have a dragon's egg?
Why would you have a dragon's egg?
Well, I know that that artifact was handed down from lorekeeper to lorekeeper.
For how long do you think?
As long as we can remember. It's one of our ancient relics. A dragon's egg?
Yeah, we went underwater and met this dragon, Keeper of the Green, and we delivered it to them, and we met another dragon
You
in
met the
Fairhaven.
Keeper of the Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Keeper of the Green lives.
Well, I mean, they were very sleepy, but they were definitely alive.
This is all very much. It's fortunate that we crossed paths.
Yeah, it seems like a crazy coincidence that we should all meet up here at the same time.
Or fate.
I fear that perhaps we were drawn here on purpose.
What? There's a whole lot of the word prophecy going around a lot lately. I'll tell you. I still haven't really made sense of any of it. But all I know is, for the time being, I very much want to go to that Whispering Rock. So, what were you planning on doing with these marauders?
Well, we were going to wait until nightfall and perhaps attempt a raid on their camp. see if we could find anything out. But with you here now, I mean, if you want to go into the rock, perhaps we can make a distraction.
Yeah, I'd
Draw
like to
them
know
out.
what the rock is cooking.
Thank you. I've been waiting all session for the rock joke. Thank you.
God damn it.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Perhaps we can wait until nightfall and cause some kind of distraction, allow you to sneak in. I don't know if there are many of them inside, what you'll be able to do once you're inside. We know nothing.
Yeah. How many are with you right now?
Well, as you can see, there's myself and our 2 scout companions here. There's a retinue hiding just along the other ridge over there. And when I give the signal, they'll charge in from that side. We've made contact with the centaurs. They are also as concerned about this as we have been.
If you're curious about what they're doing, we could help you with this raid.
Yeah. And this is so funny. We were talking about like creating a centaur herd. Like she was gonna use some magic to like scare them off, but you guys already have a centaur herd. This is uncanny.
This is all very odd.
Well,
I mean,
would you appreciate our help in doing this raid, and then we can all... It'd be safer knowing that they're not around.
I don't know that we'll be able to
successfully take them all.
defeat them all or anything of that matter.
So you'd feel safer if it was just a distraction?
I believe if we drew them out and allowed you to sneak in, that would be the best course of action.
Okay. My own concern is that puts you in danger.
We're faster than they are.
So
I don't worry about our ability to defeat these Marauders.
you'll cause a distraction. They'll run after you guys. We'll slip around the backside. Maybe
Yes.
there'll be 1 or 2 that have stayed there to stand guard, but we could easily take care of that.
Yeah.
I think that that's the best course of action.
All right. That sounds great. Thank you for your assistance, Don.
All right.
How's Hersham?
He's great.
Where is he?
He is at home,
Where's home?
deep in the woods,
Oh, okay.
where we now live.
How about Kamya?
He passed away, sadly.
Oh.
Yes. But
Before the wedding or after the wedding?
after the wedding,
Oh, that's good. He got to see his son marry a shifter.
he was something,
Give our regards to Hersham.
of course. Yeah. So we'll wait until nightfall,
Yes.
and then we shall lay the smack down on those Marauders.
Yes.
Do it.
Can you smell it?
Is it Thursday night?
Okay, so y'all sort of wait until nightfall. Mm-hmm. You've gone back sort of over to a rock, kind of more towards where you were before, and you are sort of waiting for the signal, right? And you see a fire arrow kind of launch into the air and land sort of right in the middle of the camp.
Okay.
And then you hear a loud horn call. And you see the shifters run and they're screaming and they're like throwing their weapons into there. You do see a handful of centaurs kind of burst out from behind another area with weapons drawn, kind of leaping over the kind of wall areas and clashing with some of the mercenaries. And what you also notice is that a whole bunch more mercenaries run out from seemingly within the rock to meet all of the forces that are here. And so as you continue to watch as they clash, you do see several on both sides fall in combat, but then they start to run away, the shifters and the centaurs, and a large portion of the guards chase after them.
Okay.
There are still a handful who are kind of waiting around the front. They're very frazzled.
Yeah.
I think we should take this opportunity while they're confused to
I think you're right.
attack.
I would also like to essentially cast counter charm. At 6th level, bards gain an ability to use musical notes or words to power or disrupt mind influencing effects. So my idea is hopefully the rock will even have less of an influence on us.
Okay.
And we're also going to have advantage against saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so you're able to
So I
cast on
sing
everyone?
just a little like lullaby.
Okay.
And it's everybody it's friendly creatures within 30 feet of me.
Cool.
Okay, so y'all all have this beneficial charm.
I touch Atlas before I do.
Scandalo.
And
Hello?
I'm going to cast True Strike on you.
True Strike.
You extend your hand and point your finger at the target in range. Or, oh no, actually, I think that's for me. It's basically just allows me to do it. I actually give you a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Let's just do it that way.
Okay. So you're basically like, you got this, buddy.
You got this.
All right. So you guys, are you charging headlong in? Are you trying to sneak up behind them? What are you going to try and
I
do?
think Rhaegar should sneak.
Well, if I sneak, I'm going to be sneaking alone, and I'm not going to be able to knock out all of them. I think that we should all probably sneak together
Okay.
How many
and try
are
to
there?
get the jump on them, try to get the advantage on them.
There's 3 of them?
4.
That's you?
As you get
Yeah, you're the
within
one with the kazoo.
about 30 feet of them, it seems like, okay, stuff's about to hit the fan, but you guys have kind of got the drop on them.
Stand up.
So everybody roll initiatives.
Okay.
What's this?
Combat.
Oh my god, I have
Nat
been
20.
rolling so badly tonight.
Nat 1.
Yeah, me
Critical
too.
fail.
Sick. I am at a 9.
Wow.
What did you get? What's your knit?
Oh,
Yeah,
you have 4.
I have 4, so it's 5.
I'm at 9.
Okay, so you guys each have, 1 turn to kind of do some kind of surprise maneuver because you're sneaking up on these dudes. So, have at ye. What would you like to do? The first person going is Atlas.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to number 1, and I'm going to I'm going to attempt to do Thunderous Smite on him.
Okay, so
Also-
you charge at number 1 and you go for a Thunderous Smite.
I'll also state that since turning level 5, I now do 2 attacks every time I attack.
I do too.
Okay, as long as it's an attack action, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And does Thunderous Smite count as an attack action?
It says the first time you hit with a melee attack.
It's an attack roll. So you can still attack twice on this one.
Yep.
Okay. So then what you have, because this is a surprise round, you guys all have advantage right now, right? So that means you can roll twice for each thing
out.
you're rolling for. Take the better roll.
That's an 18, so I'll take that as my attack roll.
Well, I mean, roll it one more time. You might get
Yeah,
20.
you might get a 20.
Yeah.
See, 19.
That's a 19.
So yeah.
Okay. And then this is going to be...
You're attacking number 1.
Yeah. Attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage. And then that's
I just
on
got it.
top of Warhammer One-Handed, which is 1d8 plus 3. There's a d8. And then that's on top of Dueling, which is just a plus 2. Okay, so it's going to be...
This guy's dead.
Honestly, what you should do, I think, is roll your attack roll for the second attack.
Okay.
And roll literally all of your damage at once.
Okay. So that's a 2 for the... But then I have
Yep, you have advantage. There you go.
12 plus 6. So both hit. So then it's going to be this plus... So it's going to be this plus 10.
Okay.
3, 11. What's that last one? A 7?
7.
18,
So what is that
28.
total?
That's 10, 18 plus 10, 28 total.
Jeez. Okay, so
and
essentially, here's
If it matters, the D6s, that was thunder damage. So they
Right.
also get pushed.
so you essentially come charging in, and so they were really distracted, right, by what was going on. So that's how you guys were even able to sneak up on them at this time, because you're in giant paladin armor. You guys aren't necessarily masters of sneaking, other than Rhaegar. But they were fairly distracted, so that's what kind of gave you the edge here. So essentially what ends up happening, you guys get this close, you charge in, hammer ready to go, and you're just like, ah! And you, boom! It's like Thor. Thunder just like zaps down onto this guy and like singes his armor. Like, I mean, he is just like absolutely wrecked by that. And then you hit him again right away, just like right in the side with another hit. And I mean, this guy, he goes toppling over and he falls probably like 15, 20 feet over that away.
That way.
That way.
Yeah, away from the rock.
So yeah.
And I mean, and he
10,
is
15.
absolutely wrecked. Like
Yeah.
it let out a thunderous crack
Yeah.
when you smacked him. And so then all the others like turn towards you and they see their friend, and like there is terror in their eyes. The two that are further into the back, 3 and 4, though, they very quickly are like, "Steel yourselves, men! Let's go!"
Is one unconscious?
No.
Is he bloodied?
He's definitely bloodied.
Okay.
And he's definitely what is it? It's not flat-footed. It's
Prone.
prone. He's definitely prone.
Okay.
Bandit 1, who just got smashed, he gets up. But of course because you guys snuck up on him, he's got disadvantage. So he kind of pulls his, knocks stuff over. He pulls his crossbow out and kind of like tries to fire at Atlas, who just smashed the absolute crap out of him. All right. But, obviously because he was so thrown back and whatnot, the bolt just goes like flying right past you. Yeah. And now he's like clearly like bloodied, but like trying to get his crossbow loaded again. Number 2, who's right in front of you, charges right at you, and he's got a mace in his hand, and he just starts swinging heavily as fast as he can. What's your armor?
18.
And so as he does this, you can tell that there's still some fear in his eyes. Mm-hmm. And so he goes to smack you, and the mace actually splits. Like the mace breaks on your armor and goes like flying off in the distance. So he like drops it at his feet and is like scrambling to grab his bow from his back. Next up would be Christina.
Okay. I want to run up, so I can only run 60 feet.
Well, run is 60, but that uses.
Then you can't. Yeah.
Then you can't attack.
30,
so 30 is your move.
Right.
So 25. I'm gonna get like right there, and in the middle of this, right here, I'm gonna cast Shatter.
I love Shatter.
Okay.
So basically, it's a loud ringing noise. It's painful.
Okay.
Reps on the point. They have to do a Constitution saving throw, and it's a 10-foot radius.
Does that affect Atlas?
No, it's 10 foot, so 5, 10.
The square itself is where it's emanating
Just put
from.
it one back,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to get all of them.
Yeah. So I'll do it right here.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Do I
these
still have
three.
advantage?
Yes, if it's an attack. I mean, because like a spell, you don't.
It is an
Do you have to
for.
roll? Is it a save
It's a
that
spell,
they have?
right?
It's a spell, yeah.
But don't they have to save for
So
it?
they
Oh, they
get
have to-
disadvantage
yes.
on the save.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's a Constitution save.
And what's the difficulty?
13.
13? Okay. So you definitely hit 2.
Sorry, what is the spell again?
It's
Shatter.
So basically, it's a very loud, sudden ringing noise. It's painfully intense and erupts from a point of your choice. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere of the center of that point must make a Constitution saving throw. If a creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save,
That's pretty good.
3d8. Okay.
or
roll-
half as much damage on a successful
Right.
one.
All right, roll for it.
And 2 7s. Wow, 14, 16.
16. So yeah, the thunderous crackle goes out, and number 2, who's right next to Atlas, like is like grabbing his ears and like screaming. 3 and 4 seem a little more steeled against it, but it definitely like they were hit by a shockwave kind of thing. Like, but they seem a little bit more able to deal with it.
So I have 2 actions since I'm now level 5.
You can just take 2 actions,
I have an extra attack.
but you didn't do an attack.
No, I know.
You can't do a spell and then an attack. If
Really?
you did an attack, you could do a second attack. So you have like a multi-attack.
Okay.
So anytime you do an attack, you can do another one. But if you do something like a spell, that's your action.
That's my whole action.
Yeah.
Okay. Because all I wanted to do was use the extra one to basically defend myself, but that's fine.
I'm going to double check that real quick, but like I'm 95% sure.
Well, you want to be able to defend anyway because you can only do 2 attacks, correct? So you couldn't do like a defend. You can only attack twice.
Yeah, it says starting at level 6, you attack twice instead of once whenever you take an action.
Yeah, so it's not an extra action, it's an extra attack, so you wouldn't
Right.
be able to defend.
Okay. So next up is Rhaegar.
Cool. All right. I'm going to...
1 and 2 are bloodied.
let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Why do I always put myself just... I can actually go here, can't I?
You go there.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'll do. And so that is flanking, correct?
I don't think it's flanking, but he already has disadvantage anyway.
Well, I mean, if it's flanking, then I can use my sneak attack.
I think you technically have to be... I don't think you just have to be within range. I think you have to be flanking in terms of behind them at different angles,
Or
right?
outside,
Like
yeah.
you're
Or
seeing
to
a
the
different...
to the side
or
of
to the
the
side. Like you're
Right, so
seeing a
I
different
would need to
side
be
of
one
them.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's fine. Then I'm just going to just do an attack with my rapier. So that's just
Okay.
a 1d8 plus 4 piercing.
Okay.
My attacks are pretty simple.
You know, we have advantage.
Oh, and That one is 9 plus 7, 16, and 6 plus 7, so 16.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, you hit.
And that is 12.
Yeah, I mean, you get him good. Like, you hit him, like, kind of right in the flank here, and, like, it gets right between kind of where his bodkin kind of is, and so it gets, like, right in the meat.
Right in the bodkin.
So you get him real good. All right, Brittany.
As I am moving towards Rhaegar, I take like a needle out of my fanny pack and I prick the end of my finger and I lick it, the drop of blood, and I cast Bane.
You cast Bane.
I cast Bane.
On who?
Up to 3 creatures of my choice, but I'm going to actually cast it as a 2nd level spell so I can do 1 additional target. So I'm casting it on all of them.
Okay.
Up to 4 creatures of my choice you can see within my range must make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
So they have disadvantage and they have to pass 14.
Had to beat 14 charisma. Got it.
I just did a real
Okay.
hit.
So on all of them.
Critical
Okay.
hit.
It's a lot of dice rolling.
Because there's
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens when you succeed?
If they fail the saving throw, whenever they make an attack roll or whenever they cast something, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving.
So they have a -4.
They have up to a -4, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so they roll a d4 and they subtract that from their roll. Okay.
Which ones are baned?
1, 2, and 4. So numbers 3 and 4, they have kind of steeled themselves and they're kind of ready for y'all. And so the number 3 charges at, I guess, Rhaegar, because you're right there, and starts swinging. He has a scimitar and a dagger in his hand. I gotta roll this so many friggin' times because of disadvantage.
Are we still in that same round?
Yeah, still the first round. He swings his scimitar once, hits ya. Swings it again, hits ya. And then with his dagger, he comes up, but he comes up a little bit short.
I have uncanny dodge, so
Okay.
when an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to half the damage.
Okay, so total, you would take 12 damage. But if you have one of those attacks, you'll take 9 damage. Number 4 actually pulls out 2 daggers and looks right at you, Atlas.
Oh,
And
where's he gonna be?
he's standing there.
Okay.
And he throws them at you.
Oh, he throws them. At me. Okay.
Wait, can he throw them past his friend that is in line of sight?
Yeah, it essentially is it's disadvantage.
So how does disadvantage on disadvantage play?
You roll it again.
Okay.
So he throws them in, and the daggers, they come flying at you, but they sort of glance off of your armor and don't do any damage to you. And then he, too, pulls out his saber and his dagger, and clearly he's like ready to fight some more. Back around to Atlas.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam right there.
Okay, and how does Moonbeam work?
Moonbeam has a 5-foot radius.
Okay.
So I'm with the way that this works. Would it just be its primary?
Just around
Primary
it.
cardinal directions.
just be
Cardinal
this.
directions?
I think it's just going to be that. Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way the Moonbeam works.
If it wasn't, it would say like in a cube, I believe.
Right. So a silvery beam of light, pale light, shines down in a 5-foot radius. The first time a creature enters into that beam of light, it must make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful save.
Okay, and what happens if they fail?
Don't forget you have
If
to
they fail, it's
subtract
2d10 radiant damage.
So do you want to roll damage?
I can roll damage. Yeah. That is a 6
Very true.
plus a 6.
So 12 damage?
12 damage.
Okay. So yeah, this giant beam of light bursts, in front of this guy who is like ready to strike at you, and he's like, ah, right, and it kind of like burns him. So he definitely takes a little bit of damage. That's number 4. So you said it was 12?
12 damage.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, definitely, he's not. That hurt. It hurt him. Okay. Next up, the bandits. 1 and 2. So 1 is now up on his feet and like, wobbling a little bit, but readies his crossbow once again, and is firing at Rhaegar because Rhaegar's the closest, and he lets loose a bolt. Okay. Right past your head. The number 2 being, stuck between a beam and the rock.
Yeah.
Beam in a hard place.
Yeah. He just swings at Atlas.
Okay.
What's your AC, Atlas? I don't have it up
18.
right now. He misses.
Yeah.
He swings twice with his busted mace and nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just kind of like trying his best. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Christina.
All right, I want to move up to. I can attack diagonally, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up here. And that's within 5 feet of each other. I'm
Okay.
gonna do an attack.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Please. What is that? I can't see.
It's an 8.
Oh God, come on.
But you have 2
That's
attacks.
11.
All right, and you roll twice because you were up 2 attacks. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, you bad.
Wow.
Natty 20!
Yes. So that's 23.
So crit is automatic maximum damage.
Cool.
It's not 2 times damage anymore?
No.
It's just
I
automatic.
mean, well, you can do it both ways.
Okay.
So if you do it essentially what I've heard in the past, people pick the way that they like it, the way
Yeah,
that they
whatever
play.
you want.
I like automatic full damage because double damage means you have to roll damage twice. And the number of times I've seen people crit and roll terrible damage rolls and immediately ruin
Makes
their
sense,
thing,
yeah.
it's way better to just
Yeah.
go
Okay.
with the automatic maximum.
So automatic maximum. Okay, so then, all right. So what I'm doing is I am doing a slashing flourish because
Okay.
I am part of the College of Swords. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a wide attack, and the slashing flourish. Just so you know, I expend one of my bardic inspirations to roll a d6, and that number is I can either do extra damage to that one, or I can do extra damage to another one within 5 feet of me.
Do you have to succeed on an attack roll against the other enemy?
It just says you can spend one of your bardic inspiration to cause a weapon damage to deal extra damage to the target you hit and to any other creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. The damage equals to the number you roll on the bardic inspiration.
Doesn't sound like it.
It seems
It's part of
odd
the. It's
to
part of the
me.
same attack.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's weird that you can use an attack roll on something that you didn't roll against the AC.
Well, it's because it's within
It's like
her
splash
arc.
damage.
No, it's like splash damage. What I'm saying is like so. This is just like side thing on how that could be abused if it's interpreted that way. Is like, oh, let's say you're fighting a giant monster that has some minions that you can't get through that thing's AC because it's immune to all this kind of stuff. But Jazzy could technically keep hitting it if she just kept on hitting.
She couldn't
the
keep hitting it
minions.
because she has to spend a bardic inspiration.
Well, right, but she can also regenerate
which is
that with spell
limited.
slots. But I'm just saying, I'm intrigued by that. I'll go ahead and we can do it for this one. I want to look further into that.
Yeah, because I have 3 different flourishes, and this is my last inspiration for
Right.
the day.
Because like what I would say, and in this instance, because you rolled a 20, it wouldn't matter anyways, but it would be because number 3 has a higher AC than number 1. If you had rolled and just hit number 1, but you wouldn't get past number 3's armor.
No, I
would
understand that. I understand that. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just literally what I wrote word for
No,
word.
right. I'm explaining it to people like my reasoning is if that didn't line up, I would not let you do damage to number 3 because I was saying like, oh, you did slash at him, but his armor blocked the attack.
Right.
If that makes sense. But anyway, so go ahead, roll damage because you rolled a natural 20, so you get.
So it would be 8
Yep.
plus.
And
Would
then-
I roll this one as
The
extra,
bardic exp.
The
or
bardic
would I
inspiration.
do
I think you
the
would.
full?
You roll the 6 because that's your skill.
So
So
that's
you got
a 6.
Perfect.
Okay. So you did maximum damage to number 1, and you also slashed at number 3. So you do this wicked spin move, and you slash. And what it was, honestly, you didn't even know you were going to do it. But you slashed so hard at number 1, you literally chopped his head right off. And the momentum carried you through, and you dug right into the side of 3 as well.
Hell yeah.
Holy mackerel!
So yeah, you hit them both.
Christina, badass.
I mean, you did crit damage to a guy who had 4 hit points left.
That's a little much,
All right,
don't you think?
so we're gonna go ahead.
I mean, they're trying to kill us. You might as well kill them first.
That's an X next to that guy. Okay, so next up would be Rhaegar.
So I'm using my cutting action
Okay.
in order to disengage and then move 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, up to number 4.
Okay.
And again, I'm just going to use my rapier.
Oh, sorry.
That's
think I
okay.
hit.
That's 16.
All right. Yeah, you hit him.
All right.
Nice.
And
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. You don't hit him.
God damn it.
So what happened is you swung at him and he parried. So next up would be Brittany.
All right, I'm going. Does anyone look particular? I
Go
actually
for number 3.
number 3. No, I'm not going to go for number.
Just don't
3.
go for number 2.
I will attack number 4 then with vicious mockery.
Okay.
I'll be like, you don't look like you're a capable marauder. You look like the weakest one of the bunch. And if the target can hear you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So it has to succeed 14, but it's also baned.
Right.
Is Bane concentration?
Where's the?
It is, but you can use another spell as long as you're not doing a concentration spell.
Oh,
So
He succeeds.
he succeeds.
Yep. Because you said it's a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 and then a 1. So you hurled insults at him. He's like, "I've heard words from your mother."
Wow.
Don't talk about
Roll a
it.
saving throw.
I'm burned.
Yeah,
instantly.
you need to roll. You need to use a burn heal. All right. So number 3, after just getting hit by Christina, turns to her and is like, "That's how we're gonna play it, right?" So then
bring it on.
They're all British.
they always are with my voices, but because he's baned, there's something about
3's not
you.
baned.
3's not baned.
3's not baned. Just 2 and 4.
Wonderful.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Gotta follow the rules.
Oh no, never mind. No, he definitely is.
oh, thanks.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
Wait, before you do that, can I use one of my bardic inspirations as a cutting word against his attack on Christina? So
Can you do that as a...
It says
as
it
a
says you can
free
choose.
action.
Well, it says you can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails, or before the creature deals its damage.
Well, I mean, you brought up the issue before I rolled, so go ahead.
Well, before you roll damage.
Right, and it says that you can do it before damage.
So it does 3 less damage to Christina.
Okay, so you take.
What did you say to him first?
Yeah.
So you stay away from my sister.
Your attacks are weak.
And you are of the weakest, and my potions are only for the strongest.
You take 14 damage.
Yikes.
So essentially, what happened was he swung at you, slash with his scimitar, dagger from the side. But with that dagger, like as he was like coming across with his hit, he heard that like in his ear ring out, and he kind of like slipped a little bit, like I'm not the weakest. And so it kind of he pulled back a little bit. But yeah, you take 14 damage.
Yikes.
Yep. And then number 4, with
He starts his turn in that moonbeam, which causes him more damage.
I think that it says whenever they enter.
When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames.
Okay.
It must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So what I'll also say is then I think that would also maybe say that I shouldn't have done damage when you cast it.
It was the first time. I mean,
He didn't enter. He was already there.
He was already
right?
there. Okay.
But it's fine. We'll go for it for now. Ash always has like spells that are like insane.
Paladin
Ash is
spells
playing
are
40
weird.
chess right now.
And it's a what save?
It's Constitution saving.
And what's the DC? It's probably fairly high.
Is that not
13?
It's 13.
So spell save DC is the same as Constitution.
Yes.
Spell save DC
Because
is
you're
the,
casting a
yeah.
spell.
and
they
it's
have to-
calculating. That's the difficulty of your spells.
Yeah.
That's like your all right. So he gets hit. How much damage is it again?
2d10.
I gotta nerf you. All right. So he finds himself presently burned.
Toasty! Thank you.
We keep making all these obscure jokes. Not
It's
obscure.
fine.
All right.
That's
so
not obscure. That's
so
Mortal Kombat.
the
I mean, maybe old.
Oh,
the critter-
definitely.
Yeah.
the bandit, disengages and backs away from
How
Rhaegar.
many feet?
That way?
So I think he disengages 5 feet,
Okay.
Which
Right,
way?
so just back towards the cave.
Thanks.
So then he runs in this direction into the cave.
Oh, he's running away.
Oh, he's running into the
Into
cave.
the cave. So basically, he was burned. He saw what was happening. He ran into the cave.
Okay.
So next up is Atlas.
I'm going to do 2 attacks. So first, I'm just swinging one-handed warhammer.
I just realized Marakai hasn't been doing it.
Oh, Marakai hasn't
She's
even
just like
here.
in the back.
She's
She's
just
got like
you
a
guys
fucking-
got this.
She's got like an umbrella
So
drink.
here's what we're gonna say. Marakai was with the shifters as part of the
Yeah,
distraction maneuver.
That sounds
And
like a
she
good
said-
retcon.
And then she said she will meet up with y'all after, seeing that everybody gets away safely.
You guys are capable.
Yeah. I just like 100%. I was just like, wait a minute. Because what I was thinking is I was like, man, it's not necessarily usually Ash who's doing the ridiculous damage. It's Mara. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So that's an 8 total.
Ash had been building this up.
I'm still doing that.
Okay.
I still have a second attack.
Second
Yes.
attack.
You better hit, damn it.
Second attack. Thank God. That's
Okay.
going to be an 18 total.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Thank God.
Instead of doing a regular attack, I'm going to do a special attack, which I've not done before.
Is it called push?
It's called shoving a creature.
Okay. Yeah.
The creature just essentially needs to make a strength check against me.
Right, which is not going to happen. Yeah, no, he fails.
And so I shove him 5 feet.
Right. So here's what happens. You don't even need to roll.
I feel like you could have
so-
also just.
Yeah, but this is cool. So what happens is that guy was already staggered, and Atlas, taking his family shield, bashes the guy in the nose.
Captain America
And so the guy
style.
launches back into the moonbeam, and as he does, just and just gets disintegrated. Speaking of Captain America, it looks like the scene when the Red Skull gets up into space.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy just up into space.
Cool.
So now just 3
into space.
is left. Christina, you are next.
I guess I'm gonna straight up attack that dude.
Okay.
Okay, so it is.
Oh, that guy's so screwed.
Oh my god!
That's a terrible
That's
roll.
a
You
7.
can do 2 attacks, though.
That does not hit.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. Thank you. I forgot about that second attack.
Nope, that was worse than the
not
first.
hit.
You both may die. You need to go to jail.
retire.
You know what?
They're in
Jazzy,
jail.
I think this is the first time that you've had this issue. Because this is what Rick always has. Of,
No,
I either
no.
do
bad roll, bad roll,
extremely
bad roll,
well
bad roll,
or
I
bad roll.
did get a 20. I did get a 20.
Right.
I want to craft a little
you did.
box
Yeah.
that sits right here that
dice
just says
jail?
dice
That's what we
jail.
Dice
need.
jail.
That's
We
what
need
we
a
I
dice
need to go
jail.
to dice jail, and I need to get another. I should get my
Dear
giant
fans,
D20.
someone send us a dice jail,
I'll make
please.
one. I'll make one for
Okay.
season 2. I'll make sure that we
we'll
have
put
it.
it right here so
Yeah.
people can see it.
Yep.
All right. So next up would be Rhaegar.
Good. I get to kill something. I'm
Don't
going
step-
to.
don't
Step in the moonbeam.
I know. I know. All right.
Don't step in the moonbeam.
So, gonna do my sneak attack, which is going to be once per turn you could deal an extra 2d6 damage. So I'm gonna grab my 2d6s. First, I'm gonna roll my attack roll. Come on!
What is it? An
Freaking 1! God damn it!
Did he accidentally step in the moonbeam?
No. I didn't misroll for my move.
You missed it.
Come on!
Hold on. What does flanking allow you in 5e?
Doesn't
Doesn't it give you advantage?
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
good.
don't
Thank
use my
God.
dice.
Don't use that die.
You can use my dice if you want to.
Thank God. Okay.
That's better.
That's a 10 plus 7, 17.
Yeah. You each have a melee on or
Thank
advantage on melee attacks. rolled against
God.
enemy. Yeah.
I was going to be upset if I couldn't kill at least one thing.
What happened to the other die? You just
I don't care.
It's in
I
jail.
don't care. It's dead to me.
No. It is not in jail. He executed.
I killed it. It's dead to me. Literally. Okay.
There's,
So that's 1d8 plus 2d6.
While he's doing this, there is a really funny YouTube video about a guy saying that bad dice are obviously cursed, and they literally go through maybe 300 dice before they find the
good.
one.
12.
12 total?
Yeah.
And that's with all your ads?
Oh, wait. I forgot my plus 4. So it's actually 16.
All right.
dead.
So he's not dead.
What?
There were 2 different types of enemies you were facing. 3 and 4 are much tougher than 1 and 2. There's a reason that those guys disintegrated. But yeah, you hit him really well. He definitely is focused on the guy who just bashed his friend into the universe. And so you get like really good couple stabs.
Is he
on there.
bloodied yet?
He is just bloodied.
Okay.
Seriously?
So next up would be Brittany.
How bloodied does he
He said
look?
just
Bloodied.
bloody.
Just bloody.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am casting sleep on this person.
What?
Yeah, I mean it's not an elf, right?
No, it's not an elf.
You gotta tell me if you're an elf.
Those are the elf rules. You have to tell me. Do we know what kind of humanoid this is?
It's really dark out.
He's
I'm
dark and
10
dirty.
feet away.
Yeah, the light of the moonbeam behind him basically makes him look like a shadow.
Fine, I'm still casting sleep on this creature.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 5d8.
Woo!
7 times 3, 21, 22, 30. So
So you have to reach his HP to knock
I
him
have
out?
to reach his. Yeah. Yep.
Not enough.
What?
He's still 30 and he's bloodied?
Okay.
That's the point of bloodied is that they're almost dead.
No, bloodied means they're at half.
50%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. Once again, he turns his attention to Atlas because, again, you just
Yeah.
obliterated his friend. And so he starts swinging. Scimitar, scimitar, dagger. That's the new single from Too Short. He misses with his 2 slashes, but he does manage to get his dagger in, just like right kind of in your kidney there. And so he does 7 damage.
Okay, well, at least we know around how much HP this guy's got left.
He's got more
because
than
of your
30.
roll. Yeah.
Next up is Atlas.
Okay.
So you just got a dagger in the side.
Ash, remember, you also have the inspiration I gave you.
I do. I'm going to do Branding Smite.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
Why do all of your attacks sound awful? Like, I don't want to mess
Like
with
your
you.
holy hammer gets so hot.
It's one of those
that
ones where it's kind of like, you're a paladin. And then we
Yeah.
find out that, like, you're a paladin for the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
That is a class I could go into if I wanted to.
That's the name of Too Short's next album.
He's a chaotic
Lord.
neutral paladin.
Paladin for the
Nobody
Dark Lord.
expected
So,
the Atlas Inquisition.
attack roll number 1. That's a 2.
Okay.
Wait,
You guys have
wait,
advantage.
I have advantage?
Yes,
Yeah.
because you're flanking.
Wait, this branding smite is an attack?
Yeah, it can. Like, I cast Branding Smite as
All
a
of his-
bonus action on myself.
Yeah, all of his
and
moves
then
are
it's just a regular attack.
go on to his attacks. It's like he's
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Alright,
just
so-
buffing regular attacks,
Yeah,
basically.
nice.
So roll again, Ash.
Yeah. So,
That's
okay, so that's a
Hmm.
13 plus 6.
Okay.
And then, can I do the same thing before I roll for my second attack?
Yeah,
and then we
just go
decide?
ahead and do it, and we'll do all the damage together. Yeah.
sure.
So the second attack's just not going to hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
Yeah.
But the first one will hit. And the first one's the good one. So it's going to be 1d8. I'm going to take this. Plus 2d6. And then on top
God.
of this, it's going to be plus 5.
My
So
God.
whatever this is, plus 5.
Oh my God.
right.
That's just perfect across the board.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, no,
that's-
because you could have gotten an 8 on that one, but
Yeah.
666, mark of the beast. Sorry,
So
what was
now
that?
he's-
22?
23.
23 total.
Yeah, and so what is the branding smite?
Fractured.
Blue stick.
So Branding Smite beyond that, it does the 2d6 was radiant damage, and it becomes visible if it's invisible. Plus, the target emits a dim light in a 5-foot radius he can't become invisible from spells.
I think that
So-
that blazing fire behind him was taking care of
Yeah.
that.
So you blast your hammer down like right into his chest, and it
Yeah.
like punches through his armor, leaving like a cindered, like glowing burn and ember on his chest. And that casts the light up into his face, and it's like you melted through his armor into his chest. He's still alive.
Yeah.
But he is like
Like I look
He's
at
not
you and I'm
happy.
like,
He's dying and
He's,
glowing.
like, he lets out like a horrified scream. And now light is casting across his face, and he is human.
okay.
Just so you know.
His
Next
secret's
up,
exposed.
Next up, Christina.
So I have advantage.
Is she
do.
flanking?
I think you are, because we had talked about it being at any of the cardinal directions, and because of the position that you two are in, that fits.
What is the 13?
All right, you do not hit. Roll again though, because don't you get 2 attacks?
Thank you for reminding me. Oh, 16.
Good thing you got to roll twice.
Yeah.
Thank God for your other
Yeah.
dice.
Okay, so yeah, you hit
Let's not
him.
help my sister out.
All right. That's 7.
So you're the first attack you swing at him, and he kind of like he parries it away, and then the next attack you were able to kind of slash down on him because he is pretty,
He's running
he's
out
in
of
a lot
steam.
of pain. All right, so yeah, you hit him. He's not looking good.
Nope.
Next up, Brittany. No, Rhaegar. Sorry.
Okay. Do another sneak attack here. So
As a free action, can I just shout to Rhaegar? Maybe not kill him so we can get some information.
Yeah, that's not happening.
that's
Roll one more time.
You have advantage.
oh yes I do. Nope, I'm going with that. So that
There's so many ones tonight. So
that
many
was
ones.
13.
All right, you missed.
Yep.
But you get 2
damn.
attacks, right?
What's that? No,
You
I
don't,
don't.
you don't have multi-attack?
I don't
okay.
get multi-attack.
Brittany.
I'm going to cast sleep again.
Okay. Don't even roll. You knock him out.
He's asleep.
Yeah. I mean, you essentially, like, this guy is like bleeding profusely, needs to go to the hospital, definitely dying soon, and and he's just like falls to the ground, collapses.
Let's tie him up.
Yeah, we'll say that you guys tie him up. You are now sitting out here. The moonbeam disappears because a minute has passed, and you find yourselves outside this rock, deep of night. You can't see any of the other marauders coming back or anything like that. Marakai comes running back from the front.
So nice of you
Good
to join
timing.
us.
Oh, looks like you guys didn't need me after all.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Rick here. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Hero Squad Under the Dragon Shadow. And if you did, maybe consider donating at patreon.com/stump like all these amazing people did. Your guys' help directly supports us creating new series like Uranium Chef, Hero Squad, and so much more. So if you guys want to, follow the link down below. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time.